Look at the world around you. We live in the age of the image. Every day we take billions of photos. We consume hours of video. Our entire modern reality is filtered through a lens. We are taught that the science of optics, the physics of light, was mastered by Europeans like Isaac Newton and Johannes Kepler during the Enlightenment. But the truth? The technology in your pocket and the very understanding of how your own eyes work did not begin in a European lab. It began in a dark, silent prison room in Cairo, Egypt in the year 1021. And the man sitting in that darkness wasn't just a prisoner, he was a genius who was about to change the way humanity sees itself forever. His name was Ibn al-Haytham, and this is the story they didn't tell you. To understand the discovery, you have to understand the danger. Born in Basra, Ibn al-Haytham was a celebrity scholar. He was so confident in his engineering skills that he claimed he could tame the Nile River, building a dam to stop the annual floods that devastated Egypt. Word reached the ruler of Egypt, the infamous Caliph al-Hakim. History calls him the Mad Caliph. He was volatile, dangerous, and violent. Al-Hakim summoned Ibn al-Haytham to Cairo and ordered him to build the dam. But when Ibn al-Haytham stood on the banks of the Nile and saw its sheer size, he realized he had made a mistake. The technology of the time couldn't do it. He faced a terrifying choice: confess his failure to a tyrant and likely be executed, or pretend to be insane. He chose the latter. He feigned madness. The Caliph, rather than killing him, placed him under permanent house arrest. He was locked in a room, alone, for 10 years. Most men would have lost their minds in that darkness. Ibn al-Haytham found the universe. One day he noticed something strange. A tiny hole in the window shade let in a beam of sunlight. He looked at the opposite wall and he saw a miracle. There, projected on his wall, was an image of the street outside, people walking, palm trees swaying, but the image was upside down. He had discovered the camera obscura, the dark room. He realized that light travels in straight lines. When light rays pass through a small aperture, they cross over, projecting an inverted image on the other side. This wasn't just a party trick. This was the blueprint for every camera ever made. The camera in your phone is literally named after his camera. But he didn't stop there. He asked a bigger question: is this how our eyes work? For 1,000 years, the world believed the ancient Greeks, Euclid and Ptolemy, taught the emission theory, the idea that our eyes shoot out beams of light like lasers to scan objects. It sounds ridiculous to us now, but this was the accepted science of the world. Strong, confident voice. Ibn al-Haytham destroyed this theory. He used logic. He said, if our eyes create light, why does it hurt when we look at the sun? Why can't we see in the dark? He proved the intromission theory. Light reflects off objects and enters into our eyes. He was the first human being to correctly describe the anatomy of the eye as an optical instrument, a lens capturing light, just like his camera obscura. But his greatest invention wasn't the camera, it was the method. Before him, science was mostly philosophy, men in togas arguing about truth. Ibn al-Haytham didn't care about opinions, he cared about proof. He wrote, "The duty of the man who investigates the writings of scientists, if learning the truth is his goal, is to make himself an enemy of all that he reads. Question everything, test it, prove it, repeat it. This is the scientific method." Historians now call him the first true scientist. He didn't just tell us what we see, he taught us how to think. 700 years later, Isaac Newton was born. We are told Newton is the father of optics, but Newton stood on the shoulders of giants, and that giant was a prisoner in Cairo. His book of optics was translated into Latin and fueled the Renaissance. Without him, there is no photography, no cinema, and no modern physics. Ibn al-Haytham showed us that even in the darkest room, if you have the haqq, the truth, you can find the light. The history of science is not a Western story, it is a human story, and it's time we read the whole book.